Alright guys, new video. This is a week late. I was supposed to update you last week, but I didn't because I was too busy. We just recently had Obon, and that was a week holiday, so I was doing things with the family. And the week before that, work was fairly hectic, and I had a lot to do during the days. So sorry it's a week late, but I will update you until up until last week, and then give you the update up until today. So on my last video, I was 87.7, and the goal would have been for the next week to be 86.7 on the Friday. Now, I didn't make that goal, and I think that this is the first time I haven't made my goal. I made it the day after, so on the Saturday, I was 86.7, which was great. But that week was fairly difficult. I was up and down on the scales from day to day, which is normal, apparently, as long as the overall trend is going down, right? But still, I was a day late on my goal, and the same thing has happened this week. I'm also a day late. So as of today, I'm 80, I would have been 86.7 last week, and I'm 85.7 today. Although the scales actually jumped up to 85.8 the second time I stepped on them to take the picture. So let's go with 85.8. I'm 85.8 today, which is still on track. There were a lot of ups and downs in the last couple of weeks. I think they've been the hardest 2 weeks since I started. There were a few days where I was really hungry, and I really wanted snacks and things like that, but I didn't go for them. I did go out drinking though. Only once, I think once. Oh no, I went out once and drank with a friend of mine, and then during the holidays I drank a second time with my colleagues. So that's 2 times drinking. They don't seem to have affected me that much. They did in the immediacy after. I think within a couple days, my weight had gone up by about half a kilo to a kilo, and that was worrying, but that quickly came off again. I think part of that is I got to play golf twice, and golf is really good, I think, for the diet. It's good for the heart, good for the diet, lots of walking. Golf, both sessions actually were, the first one was 10,600 steps during the golf, during the golf sesh, and then the second one was 10,300 steps during the golf sesh. So, I mean, that's really good. And that's my aim for each day, and I just get through that just playing golf, so that's sweet. I had a steak in the first week, and I thought that it wouldn't be a problem, but I think it was a little bit. It kind of pushed me up a little bit, but I still made the goal by the Saturday, so a day late, but I still hit that kilo down, and I've hit another kilo down as of today, which again technically would be a day late. But that's going to happen. It's going to go up and down. I ordered some weights recently from Amazon. I need to start lifting weights. I'm going to stay in the calorie deficit, but I have noticed, or I noticed last week when I was working, I was getting some muscle fatigue, especially around the shoulders and in my arms. So I think, I'm definitely losing muscle, and so I need to start using them a bit more. So I'm going to start lifting weights, not to gain weight, probably to failure. If I'm in a caloric deficit, my muscles shouldn't grow, but lifting to failure should at least maintain them for now. I've got another 8 kilos to go. I'm still walking 10,000 steps a day, still having the smoothies daily. Something I found out. So people say weigh your food, and I wasn't weighing my food because say I get a pack of chicken, it says on the chicken how many calories is in the chicken. But I actually weighed my chicken, a few days ago. And for a breast of chicken, I think what I was doing, I was Googling how many calories are in a breast of chicken. And I was getting something I can't remember how much protein, how many calories. I was probably getting around 300 calories from Google and 51 grams of protein, but I weighed my chicken and it was double that. Like a chicken breast, quite large, I was getting 100 grams of protein and something like 600 calories from this one chicken breast. So that's great for protein, but does mean I need to be a little bit more aware of my calories. Not that much, because I'm so far in deficit. I'm aiming for like a 1500 deficit, and usually I'm even more than that. So if anything, it's kind of encouraging. I was a little bit worried I wasn't getting enough calories. Like sometimes I would only get 1,000, and that's not great. So I think actually I was getting a little bit more. I was probably getting an extra 200-300 calories in my daily meals. So I have to say, yeah, weigh your meals, because Google doesn't know. You've got to weigh them and just be certain for yourself. And it's nice to know that I'm getting 100 grams of protein from that chicken breast, because I was also having tuna, and I was really struggling figuring out how to get enough protein. And I have obviously the protein powder in my milkshake, in my smoothie. So I was probably hitting my protein goals pretty much without even realizing it. There was no need for me to chase that. So yeah, there's that, and hopefully the muscle fatigue will go down now that I've started lifting. I will hit you with another video next week. I want this to be weekly. Just with the holidays, it was a little difficult. And so next week, I'm hoping I will be 84.7. I'll just continue what I'm doing. I'll continue having my smoothies, staying in my caloric deficit, walking 10,000 steps a day at least. Something that you can also do, walking's great. I went to the driving range and I hit 120 swings at the driving range, and when I estimated how many calories that burned about the same amount of calories as walking. So you can swap out the walking with other things. I hit 120 swings over 3 hours, so it definitely took longer, but I enjoyed that, and there's nothing wrong with switching things out. Just doing something, getting your body moving, not necessarily getting the high heart rate. A low heart rate's fine. I think in a few more kilos, I'm going to start doing HIIT, which is a high intensity interval training, and which is walking, then running for 30 seconds, then walking, and then running for 30 seconds. I'm getting that heart rate up and down. I want to start stressing my heart a little bit and training it how to up its rate and quickly lower its rate. It's very good for the heart, and for someone who has a family with a history of heart disease, certainly heart attacks, that would be useful for me to do. And of course it's also good for losing weight. So yeah, maybe look into that if you're struggling with just walking. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I need to touch upon today. Yeah, just a quick impromptu video because I really have very little time recently. So thank you for watching, and thank you again to Reddit. Reddit's been great. I did get banned from the weight loss Reddit for a week because I sent somebody a link to these videos. Apparently you can't do that, but I think I've been unbanned now, so hopefully people can start interacting again. Have a good day, have a good weekend.